How the camel got his hump. In the beginning of years, when the world was so new and all, and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. And besides, he's a howler himself. So he ate sticks and thorns and tamarisks and milkweeds and prickles, most excruciating idle. And when anybody spoke to him, he just said, humph, just humph, and no more. Recently, the horse came to him on Monday morning, with the saddle on his back and a bit in his mouth, and said, "Camel, oh camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel. The horse went away and told the man. Presently, the dog came to him, with a stick in his mouth, and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel. The dog went away and told the man. Presently, the ox came to him, with a yoke in his neck, and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and plow like the rest of us." "Humph," said the camel. And the ox went away and told the man. At the end of the day, the man called the horse and the dog and the ox together, and said, 303, I'm very sorry for you, with the world so new and all, but that hump thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I'm going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it." That made the three very angry, with the world so new and all, and they held a palaver, and an invada, and panchayat, and a pow-wow on the edge of the desert. And the camel came chewing on milkweeds, most excruciating idle, and laughed at him. And he said, "Humph," and went away. Recently, there come along the jinn in charge of all deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust. Jinn always travel that way because it's magic, and he stopped to palaver and pow-pow with the tree. "Jinn of all deserts," said the horse, "is it right for anyone to be idle, with the world so new and all?" "Certainly not," said Jinn. "Well," said the horse, "there's a thing in the middle of your howling desert, and he's a howler himself, with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot." "Whew!" said Jinn, whistling. "That's my camel, for all the gold in Arabia. What does he say about it?" "He said, 'Humph,'" said the dog, "and he won't fetch and carry." "Does he say anything else?" "Only, 'Humph,' and he won't plow," said the ox. "Very good," said Jinn. "I'll humph him if you'll kindly wait a minute." The Jinn rolled himself up in the dust cloak, and took a bearing across the desert, and found the camel, most excruciating idle, looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. "My long and bubbling friend," said Jinn, "what's this I hear of you doing no work, with the world so new and all?" "Humph," said the camel. The Jinn sat down with his chin in his hand, and began to think a great magic, while the camel looked at his own reflection in the pool of water. "You've been given the 3 extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your excruciating idleness," said Jinn, and he went on thinking magics, with his chin on his hand. "Humph," said the camel. "I shouldn't say that if I were you," said Jinn. "You might say it once too often. Bubbles, I want you to work." The camel said, "Humph," again, but no sooner had he said it than he saw his back, that he was so proud of, puffing up and puffing up into a great big looping hump. "Do you see that?" said Jim. "That's your very own humph that you've brought upon your very own self by not working. Today's Thursday, and you've done no work since Monday. When the work began, now you're going to work." "How can I?" said the camel. "This hump on my back." "That's made of purpose," said Jim. "All because you missed those 3 days. You're able to work now for 3 days without eating, because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say I never did anything for you." Come out of the desert and go to the three and behave. Humph yourself. The camel humphed himself, hump and all, and went away to join the three. And from that day to this camel always wears a hump. We call it a hump now, not to hurt his feelings, but he has never yet caught up with 3 days